been maybe an hour, but it feels like longer since the people from the hearth have taken shelter at the lighthouse. Those from the fields taken shelter in the barn of the nearby farm. You've probably crowded all of the children upstairs into one of the rooms to take care of them, so maybe Sal or characters aren't here can be up there dealing with them. Or maybe perhaps some have gone off in order to search for nearby survivors. It's been tense, but it feels as though the immediate danger in the places that you currently are has passed. At the lighthouse, the survivors are packed around the base. Those can fit inside, but it's not large enough a structure to take all the people who've tried to take refuge there. The barn's easily able to accommodate the survivors from the fields. So Charlotte, Kibeth's family, Seifert's family are there. You've watched the grass. You've watched the nearby edges of town. Doesn't look like any of the puddings have chased you or seem to be headed your way. If they're still out there or where they are, you're not sure.
Can those of us who are at the hearth and escaping from the giant blue chicken have chosen whether to go north to the lighthouse or back to the barn?
Yeah, you can decide. We can do a scene if you want to decide where to go. So that was Charlotte and Esmond, right?
Beth. Yeah.
Yeah.
And Ava.
Yeah. Interesting. So, yeah, well, let's say you're able to... Man, my mic's like really hot. Let's say that you're able to... I guess let me ask Patrick that. Ava, would you linger behind as the other survivors went away to meet up with Esmond and Charlotte, or would you have tried to just go ahead north to the lighthouse?
I think that she would be trying to go to the lighthouse with the patient. That's the destination that they were going to try to take the patient to, right?
Yeah, you were already separated from that person, I think. So this is really just in the moment. Like, you maybe glance back and you see Charlotte and Esmond. But you saw the dock workers dragging the person north.
Okay. If there are people who are injured and obviously need help, she's going to stay behind and try to look after them before making her way towards the lighthouse. So she would linger if there are injuries that she needs to tend to. I don't know if that answers your question.
Well, you just haven't checked. You don't know yet if Charlotte or Esmond are injured, because does that make any sense? You haven't had a chance to interact with them yet.
Okay. Yeah, I think that she would just go to the lighthouse then. I think she would just go to... If there's no obvious people right around there, then yeah, the lighthouse is where she'd be headed towards.
Okay, sounds good. So it'll just be Charlotte and Esmond. This is shortly after the attack, the Blue Laurel. And you've just moments ago seen it headed south towards the hearth, leaving you behind in the market area, I think is where you were.
Would I have run into Charlotte because Esmond had scooped up his mom and began running away from the Laurel? That was the very last thing that I did.
It's up to me. It sounded like we wanted to arrange a scene in which your characters talk, so I'm just making it possible, but if it doesn't make sense, then it just doesn't make sense. It might have just been Kibeth and Charlotte that would really make sense to talk, but Kibeth isn't here. So I'm making it possible if you want to arrange for it to happen, but if your characters were going off in a different direction, it's fine.
Got it. Yeah. Put Ava wherever you guys need her. If you think in the town for just having a discussion, I'll be there for that. I didn't quite understand that. Sorry, I'm still catching up.
Okay, well, let's just say there's an opportunity where Esmond, you and your mother have fled a little bit down the street, and there's a moment where Shalati, Esmond, Ava, you're all able to see each other. You realize you would have to circle around to kind of reach each other if you want to, but you realize that all of you are there. Like, through a cross-section in the street, several blocks away from each other, you glance and spot each other.
Sorry, I didn't realize my question would cause such chaos.
No, that's...
Galazzi calls out, seeing the others, calls out to them, not in one of those sort of hushed whisper shouts, as she doesn't want to attract attention from any other things, but Galazzi! Ismond! She begins to hurry, pulling Kibeth along behind her.
Esmond will look around, find Shalati walking towards them, kind of grip his mom tighter to his chest, and try to jog alongside Ava to try and so that all three kind of intersect.
Okay, yeah. So Gwen, following along with Esmond.
He immediately grabs Ava's hand and squeezes. I'm so glad you're both all right.
She grips the hand back towards you and nods her head quickly, still kind of looking around. And she's clearly still in shock from what's happened.
It looked like, I do not know if you saw, but it looked like the giant blue chicken seemed to have set. I don't know what caused it, but it decided to stop chasing things, I suppose, and went back to the hearth. So I think now is our time to get away. I need to go back. I told people to go to the lighthouse if need be, but I left my family on the road to the ridge, so and Salinger and Kissy and whatnot went there, and she's basically battling a lot more than you would normally see her.
Yeah. Go with them. Go to them. Find an area where you can all be safe. I know that. I don't even know if half. I know that some villagers managed to make it out to the lighthouse. Hopefully they did. In an hour, I'll try to signal you with a lantern or something, and if you can send a signal back just to let us know that you're okay, then we can try to coordinate meeting back up again at some point. But for now, go find your family.
Where would you go? To the lighthouse?
Well, yeah. People are going to be hurt. Ava, Doc, is going to need to keep herself distracted. She's going to need to help people. Sorry, I'm.
That is enough. Go. And I guess she goes off and takes Kibeth with her, I suppose, after some discussion. I imagine Kibeth will probably want to go with her, since I think her family was sent in that direction too.
Yeah, and Gwen says, yeah, it looks like it's not chasing us now. A lot of people went north. I know that's where Mulgood was going. Esmond. She kind of touched her cheek and... It's gonna be okay. It's gonna be okay.
Yeah, I got this. We've got this. Doc, are you okay? Can you move?
Yeah. I'm good.
Okay, follow behind me. We're heading to the lighthouse. Shalati, we'll see you soon.
I'll move off. East.
Okay, yeah. So you guys split ways, head your different directions. Ava, Esmond, as you reach the lighthouse with Gwen, you can see that the survivors there have gathered at the lighthouse, where that portion of the cliffs kind of climbs up to where the lighthouse sits at sort of the tallest portion. It's sort of a narrow expanse. It's a place that once you head up into those rocks, there's not really There's just really the one way in, the one way out, unless you kind of were able to climb down the cliffs. But nothing seems to be chasing you, and seems the people have funneled that direction. You see very quickly as you arrive, it seems disorganized. You don't see any sign of the mayor's assistant Parsnip or the mayor himself. You can tell that a lot of people are missing that you maybe thought would be here.
Okay, this is worse than I would have hoped. Okay, Doc, can you help the injured if we can get it organized?
Yeah, I'll take a look around. You just worry about organizing them, I guess. She sort of...
Okay.
Good.
I'm hearing is that my phone? There's like a bell ringing.
I think that's some of your phone.
That's the doorbell.
Oh, doorbell.
Okay.
I thought I was coming from Patrick's.
No, I don't think so.
Yeah, Ava, you immediately see the signs of injured people on ground, on blankets, with people kneeling next to them. It looks as though, maybe you reached the first person down to inspect them. It looks like there were people like at the edges of the blast of lightning that came from the Blue Laurel that may have survived. They have the signs of electrical burns and the sort of Liechtenstein patterns on their skin. People who got hit, you saw, I think you witnessed, some people get hit directly by the blast of lightning and they were just turned to ash. Gilgain included. You briefly remember seeing Teredian getting swallowed up. Miranda suffered the same fate. You look around. There's several people to tend to here. Esmond, certainly you, and Gwen searching the crowd. No sign of Mogwood.
I'll go ahead and lean down. Just, you. It's fine. I'm fine. You try and find Dad. I'm gonna see if I can get this place organized. It's too chaotic here, and Doc and other people need to help tend to the injured. I'm gonna see if I can do that.
I'm sure he's here. He's probably helping people. He's probably helping to build stuff. Okay. I'm gonna find him. Okay. I'll stay here until. And she hops down.
Just. Okay. I'm still awake. I'm still here. Okay. And Esmond will climb up to a tall point where he's standing over the crowd and just trying to get everyone's attention. Everyone, please. We need some means of organization. We need to see that the injured are taken care of while people continue to make their ways from the village. Can we please help to move the injured into the lighthouse and maybe even set up a perimeter around the lighthouse to maintain guard?
Yeah, people look your direction. You're the only one who's raised your voice enough to address the crowd. As just a reminder, all of the very able-bodied people left town for the most part, right? They were called north to serve the army. So the people in Shepherd's End are the quite young or the elderly, people with injuries or something that would stop them from serving, in the army. People look to you and they kind of glance around. Roll for me, if you would, a test of Esmond's ability to put some inspiration and motivation into others.
Nothing to add to that. That's a flat 2.
After you can do the response. I was gonna have Ava do something after you say what happens, Chris.
Yeah, I was gonna say. Yeah, so some of the people, they look your way, especially those of maybe you've done, you've helped them, stuff like that before, or they've worked with you. You see a handful of them start to move about, doing the thing that you're talking about. Other people, the majority of the crowd, they just still seem dazed and confused and in shock. A lot of them just sitting on the ground. Some of them just weeping. There are children separated from parents, crying, things like that.
After he says this, and there's sort of the muted reaction, Ava goes up to where he is and leaves the person that she's checking on, sort of touches them on the shoulder for a second, and then swiftly walks over to where Esmond is standing and sort of tugs at the hem next to his pants and looks up to him and goes, "Esmond, you have to say it like Casey. You have to tell them what to do. You don't ask them. Come on." And she's going to give him a firm nod, and then back away and go look after the next person.
Shit, I don't know if I have the energy for Casey. Seeing that nobody really does anything, Esmond will just kind of look around and taking Ava's advice, summon his inner Casey. Just begin announcing, "Everyone, I know that we're all tired and the night is only just beginning, but if we're going to make it through this, and we are going to make it through this, then we need to work together. We need better organization. I need dock workers. I need people that are stronger and able-bodied to move the injured into the lighthouse. I need anyone that is not assisting Ava or myself with taking care of any other injured to help set up a perimeter to make sure that no more of these puddings can sneak up on us. We need to secure this lighthouse and make sure that nothing else is going to get here, and that everything is as safe as it can be as villagers continue to make their way up this way."
All right, give me another roll this time with advantage. Okay, it's 11, right? Yeah. You see a couple more people look your way, and you see one of the dock workers that you'd seen on the docks often when you went to work on the automatons there. He says, "All right, well, guess the blue kid's in charge. Okay, get to work." And you see another swath of people, a dozen or so, heading off to do those things, but the majority of people are still,
And once that's going, Esmond will hop down and jog over to Ava's like, "Hi, Doc. What do you need from me? How can I help?"
Sorry, my PC isn't. I gotta. She says, "Okay. Yeah, help me organize to get the injured closer to the lighthouse. I'll move some of them inside to treat them, but we need to get them moved in that direction. And while you're doing that, I'm going to go inside to try to set up so that I have a place to treat some who are in there. I think that'll be the best thing to do to see what sort of space I can help make. Yeah, I'm going to, if you just move in that direction, I guess." And she's going to run towards the inside. She's going to go look inside the lighthouse and try to set up a makeshift first aid area, basically.
Yeah, getting inside the lighthouse, climbing the short steps and going in through the lacquered black door, there are already people inside there. And you spot the old gnome, Julie Summers, Julie Summerstone, who was trying to take care of some of the people who are in there and maybe injured, but from what you recall, she doesn't have any medical training or anything like that. But.
"Hi, Miss Summerstone. I can help with the injured, but I just need to make sure we clear some space, and I can help if you wanna. If you wanna listen, we can help take care of people, but I need your help.
Oh, Doc. Good, you're here. Where's Teradian?
He's gone.
Well, when he gets back, please, we need his help. So many people are wounded here.
He's gone. The things in the town killed him.
Oh, no.
So, so it's just us, and so we need to help everyone. So, help me clear some space, and we need to hurry.
Okay. Yeah, and she goes about helping you.
And before we move on to the next scene, I just want to note that for the next hour, Esmond is going to be looking to take care of people in shock, people are injured, assisting Doc as best as he can. But at the end of the first hour at the lighthouse, he's going to find a lantern and try to... I don't know if Morse code is a thing in D&D, but basically just try to indicate to anyone in the barn lands that the lighthouse is safe. Basically, just follow up on what he told Shalati earlier, that he would try to let them know.
There's no way you would see a lantern, but there's a lighthouse.
The barn and the lighthouse.
Pardon?
How far apart are the barn and the lighthouse?
It's probably like a 30-minute walk or so. I just mean the light pollution from the lighthouse. You'll never see a lantern, like, looking at the lighthouse.
Could we turn off the light?
You could use the lighthouse to do the same thing that you're trying to do. Is what I'm saying.
Okay, then yeah, we'll like blink the light of the lighthouse on and off to indicate that we're okay.
Okay, so meanwhile, at the barn, that previous scene having been in the past, Shalati, you are arriving at the barn. You see smoke curling up from the field. You probably maybe see some torchlight from inside the barn itself.
I'm assuming it would have been fairly obvious where they went, because I don't think she actually knew they were there. Just that she left her family by the two rocks.
You can see the barn from where you live, from the fighting stones.
Okay. Having reached the stones and seen nothing there but some signs of scuffle and lots of fire, she mutters to herself, well, apparently the case was here. And heads, looks around, sees the barn on the distance, and seeing some of the light from there, takes the gamble, heads north through there, and knocks on the approaches with pretty loudly with their hands up so as to not spook anyone, and calls out as she reaches. Is anyone in there? It's Shalati. Jev, Ember, Ash, Zakal, are you there?
So all the other characters at the barn, this would be Cyfred, Ava, Casey, Peach. You guys are all there. You're probably the first ones to hear this. We'll say Sal is upstairs.
We had been doing a small patrol outside.
Yeah, we had been. That's when we saw the Firefox thing.
Right, it's like it's been like 45 minutes after that, so let's just say everyone's kind of come back to the barn. Yeah.
Cypher will speed over to the door. You can't hear me?
You've got her muted. You've got her unmuted.
Try again. I can hear you.
I can hear Sam.
Testing.
Yeah, I got it.
Okay. Cypher will rush over to the door, and open it and pull Shalati through.
Oh, yeah. And she gives her Seyfried a hug and says, I'm glad to see that you do well. I didn't see you at all.
Yeah, tell me about it. I am busy for one day and everything goes completely to hell. But we have Kebeth's family is with us too, right? We have all of the Kebeth crowd. We've got my family. We have Shalati's family. Like we have all of the large families in one barn. Is that
They're all
right?
there.
Okay.
Just
like
stacked out to the
kindergarten.
sides.
We've got all the kids. Everyone is huddled upstairs together. You can do a head count yourself to double check. Yeah, and we're just staying quiet in here.
On hearing this, she takes a deep breath and for the first time just kind of seems to deflate. Leans over, her hands on her thighs, and then just takes a minute there before she just nods and starts to move upstairs, calling for her siblings.
Yeah, I don't think it takes long for Ash and Ember and your people to start coming around. You see, Ember like grabs you and hugs you. You can see all the kids are in the background, but there's still no sign of Lycos or Agatha. Yes.
Having done the once over, like given the requisite hugs and exclamations and checking over to see if anyone's seriously injured, she will then look over and around to everyone and calls out, all right, everyone, I think, so I don't know how much you could see from out here. Or what happened exactly.
Before you continue
Thank you.
before you continue with that, I just wanted to, there might be, let me put it this way, I'll give you the option. Everyone could be here at the same time, or you guys that had to patrol, we could do a scene where two people are off on patrol. If you want to do that, it's kind of up to you.
I did want to do that. I wanted to have a separate conversation with.
Okay. So Peach is on patrol, and who might be on patrol?
Is Casey perhaps?
Okay, we can have Casey on patrol too. So go back to Shalati, but Shalati, you realize you have not seen Casey or Peach here in the barn.
She was about to say that, and then hesitates and looks around and says, I saw Eva and Esmond, and that's here, obviously. What about Sal, Peach, Casey? There's Aria.
Peach and Casey are on patrol. They're out in the fields. They should be back soon.
All right. Probably a good idea. Maybe I'll wait so I can tell everyone at once.
Okay, and we'll say Araya is in the barn.
Yeah. She's probably just like with the kids quietly, like seeing if anybody needed help at all. Like just the keeping things calm and also quiet. But yeah, had perked up when she saw Shalati, but was happy to let you find your family first. Is obviously more important.
Then I will wait until they are back. Tell me what's happened to you. What happened here? Why is the field on fire?
Sorry, I immediately accidentally clicked things.
Did we lose someone?
Switch to the other two if you want to have that exclamation off screen.
Yeah, sorry. I confused myself. I need a brain reboot.
Okay, meanwhile, on patrol.
Right, so it all became fire, and then it all glooped together, and you and I both saw this. And you said if it's fire that you know fire, and it'd be fine, because I believe that I had said, Casey, let's not set a fire to the fields, because then what if the jellies in the fields become fire jellies? And you said that was nothing to worry about, so what's the plan, Casey?
I mean, everyone's safe in the barn, right? And did you see it? It wasn't just a fire jelly. It was...
Well, I saw it was 12 feet high. It was as big as the barn. It was a fox.
Wait, how big was the fox? I wasn't imagining 12 feet.
I imagine it was the same size as the chicken. The chicken was 12 feet.
No, the fox was.
The fox
not
is
big.
less slimes.
Yeah.
Oh, the
That's
fox
like-
lost slimes. How big?
It's like 3 feet.
3 feet. That's...
I mean, as big as a real fox and just running wild, setting fires. That's how do we deal with the fire thing, fire boy?
I mean, it ran off that way.
It's
Do you
gonna
want to go
set
after?
more fires.
You want to go after it?
I mean, how
Yeah,
soon ago? How long ago did it run off?
It's been
Chris?
like 45 minutes or so. But just as you're considering that, there's kind of a flash that catches your attention. You can see from the lighthouse, somebody's using the lighthouse mirror. There's flashes of light coming your direction, which is inland instead of out at sea, which is unusual.
As we may have to put a pin in the fox hunt.
Yeah, that's all fine, but should we dig a ditch or something, or get the kids to work doing that at least? I mean, I hate to make them work, but fire can't really get through ditches, right? It needs to be able to catch. That's what they do to do fire breaks sometimes, right? Dig ditches and moats.
True. Though the barn is kind of isolated, so may not be necessary. We can see what the others think.
I
me
do
have you-
suppose we did burn everything around.
Let me have you both roll a test of how well your characters remember Lux code.
Lux code.
Like Morse code, but Lux code.
It's my best thing.
Yeah. You're pretty sure it says, "We are fire. Everyone is PK."
So, we have... Fine. It's gotta be fine. Things wouldn't be PK if it was actually fire.
I mean, I'm sure Ez is fine.
Yeah, it 100%. That's an Ez message.
Perhaps we should go back to the barn and let the others know that we got a message from the lighthouse.
We need to find a way to get information back to them. Get a head count of who all is here, and who all is there as well. You know, they've made contact. We need to establish communications.
Yeah. There's definitely something going on in the center of town when we were headed this way. I don't know what, but it sounded big.
Well, I mean, there were those electric things at the edge of town. We were all running from them.
Yeah, it seemed bigger than that. For the moment, it seems like the barn is safe, though.
Yeah, we'll send somebody else out on patrol though. We want to make sure somebody sees this fox if it comes back. We don't want it burning the barn down.
Yeah. And Chris, is there like a notable trail the direction that the fox went? Like we saw it run away. Was there any sort of potential trail to follow?
Oh, sure. Certainly, potentially. It wasn't just like lighting the field on fire as it went, though.
Okay.
Right, but if we were watching specifically, like, because it happened like right in front of me and Casey and I think Araya, and even though it's dark now, we've dark vision. We'd be seeing.
Well, I mean, like, if you do not see a fox in front of you, you saw it go running off towards the forest in the south.
All right.
So it is
Fair
that
enough.
direction, yeah.
Yeah, we'll have to keep a lookout and make sure it doesn't come back, but if it does...
What do we do if it does? That's kind of what I was hoping you'd tell us.
I mean, like I said, I can handle fire.
The rest of us can't, though. That's a cute line and everything, but you need to spread the wealth here.
Well, I'm sure you and the others can help.
I think anybody on patrol needs to have a bucket of water. Just because that's how we dealt with the fire one in the center of town. And then Araya crushed it under a damn boot. So on patrol,
Yeah.
somebody's got to have a weapon. Well, somebody with a weapon, somebody with a bucket, and Light's horse.
We can handle ourselves. It'll be fine. Don't worry so much. And Casey will start walking towards the barn. And kind of, I think he has, does he have a mop or something?
Yeah,
Something
we're
he-
both armed with mops.
Because, kind of shake his mop as he's walking away and say, worry leads to mistakes. Kind of shake his mop as he's strolling that direction.
Meanwhile, back inside the barn, Shalati and Seifert are having a meaningful conversation.
Seifert looks a bit poofed and frazzled, and she begins rambling like, well, I mean, the day was crazy. Brienne got a spoon stuck up her nose. Hammerish found chocolate and ate it, but we don't have chocolate. Lennox and Elwyn found a snake that they brought upstairs, and then it got lost in their room. And then all of a sudden, there were alarms blaring. So obviously, everyone had to be rounded up to go to oh my god, to go into town. And then we started to go into town, trying to find our parents, trying to find my sisters. And then and then we heard that there were blobs of goo destroying the town, which is a terrible thing to hear. So then we turn around and we go back to where we came from, amidst all of the chaos and everything, with no real way to contact anyone or check on anyone. And somehow we managed to round up everyone that we have here and get in here. And that's the extent of the information that I have.
Glad everyone is here. And she's gonna check the door to see if they've come back.
Yeah,
yet.
I think about that point, yeah, Casey and Peach are returning.
And then she thinks about it and says, "Oh, right. Speaking of getting in contact with anyone else, are there windows to the north side of the barn, some way to look out?"
Yeah. So on the second
Okay.
level, yeah, there's like an archway.
She's gonna
opening.
call out to someone. She's gonna say, "Ember, look up the north side of the barn and tell me if you see any lights flashing from the lighthouse." So, Casey, or sorry, Esmond, Esmond and Ava, Miss Clockwright, along with some others, they all went to. No, I should go back a bit. Wait, no. Well, they're at the lighthouse along with some others, but that's because the blue laurel chicken, it settled, it stopped chasing us, and then so it went back. No, wait, hang on. Okay. So there were the jellies, and we had told everyone to come to the hearth so that everyone could stay keeping an eye out for each other, right? And then there was, it looked like there were dozens of blue jellies came from out of nowhere. It seemed like the mayor, oh, there was this other thing.
Seifert
She
looks
petered off the side.
increasingly worried and confused. ears down the whole time, just like she goes from frazzled to perplexed in over the span of listening.
Is Casey and Peach like enter while this was going on, the rambling?
Yeah. You guys were present for the rambling.
Yeah, Casey lights up a little bit when he sees that Shalati is there, and kind of walks forward while she's going through these many sentences, and says, "You're here. You're flustered."
I am not. I mean, I'm here. I'm not flustered.
You sound flustered.
Going on. This is not fluster. This is frazzle. There's a difference.
Oh, there is.
Anyway, we need to go to the lighthouse.
All right, where's those buckets of water? Casey, I'm going to dump one on you. Tell us why we need to go to the lighthouse. Sorry, Shalati. Please start over. Casey, cool off. What happened in town, Shalati?
Has been sending us a message from the lighthouse now.
Yeah, he's saying it's all fine. We found that out. But what was Shalati saying? What did we walk in on?
So, from where I left when we went back to the physical, we managed to collect some people, including Ava and Esmond. Esmond got his book. We went back to the hearth. There were more jellies attacking, and some of us got separated, split off. When we got back to the hearth area, telling everyone to go north to the lighthouse or east to the ranches, all the jellies in town, they merged on they converged on the hearth, and then they merged, up into one bigger jelly being, and looked one big blue chicken-shaped jelly thing. And
How big?
As big as a house. It was like 12 feet tall.
All right, there was a fire one earlier too. That's not as big, but must be related.
Is that what all of this is from? And she points at the little flickers of fire.
Peach glances at Casey and says, "Yeah, all of it was from the fire jelly."
At least 3 came together.
I did not get a chance to count how many came together for the big blue chicken one. But I tried to distract it, and it chased after me for a little bit. But I couldn't keep it distracted for very long. Esmond saved me from getting scratched at. And then Kibeth and I tried to distract it again when it started going after some of the other townsfolk, but it looked at us for only a minute, and then it went away faster than we could catch it. And then I don't know what happened next exactly. We were too far to see anything, but suddenly it was shooting lightning, as there was just lightning coming out of its beak. And it was going down, and I could hear screams, and I saw rubble flying in the air, and then suddenly it just turned around and went back to the hut area and settled down. Did not seem to be interested in chasing anymore. So Kibeth and I we started to head north, and then we saw Esmond and Mrs. Pluckwright and Ava, and they went north to the lighthouse to see if anyone was needed help. As many people were going there. I had come back here to check on my siblings and see if Mr. Cadney and Miss Norland were back, but I do not see them here. But we shouldn't probably stay here by ourselves. There's not that much that we can do. I think we should all go to the lighthouse, take what we can, and then I think we might just need to leave the town, go to the capital, or maybe go north to the tower where all of the army is, and maybe they will have help or answers.
Well, we might go someplace, but not everybody in the town is capable of such a trip. Do you think that perhaps it might be better to bring some of the people up to the temple? If the town is not safe.
That does some. Would your third order be all right with that?
They take care of people all the time. It's our duty to give service.
Do you have the
And
room
what
for
better time?
everyone?
The temple is quite large. It's not glamorous, but we live to serve. That's the whole point of us.
That's a good plan. Take some to the temple.
But also, I mean, you said that the lightning jelly chicken stayed in town? So town is completely dangerous? Lightning?
I don't know what it can do, but it is too big for us to fight.
Yeah. Yeah. And you said Ez and Ava are okay?
Yes, when I saw them, they did not seem to be hurt.
Good.
Seyfried's nose twitches as she tries to think. How are we going to get everyone from point A to B
What about the train?
in one piece?
We will have to walk.
Isn't the train due soon? Do you think it'll still come?
Wasn't it due some time ago? And it has not come yet? I genuinely don't remember out of character.
It's
I
late
forgot
on
there
the
was a train.
The train's supposed to arrive tomorrow. It's late at night. I think it's nighttime.
And
Oh,
does,
shit.
well, which way does the train go? Does it go anywhere near the temple?
No. It's going to come to... Yeah, it'll come to Shepherd's End.
Where does the train tracks go when they come in? Are they coming from the center? They pass by the ruins and then head
Yeah,
away?
that train's gonna get fucked up.
It'll be coming from the southwest, so there's not really any other landmarks in that direction in terms of town. That's the direction to the city. Did I call it Muirwood? I don't remember.
How fast does it go? It's max speed of train.
You're not
How much
sure
damage
how
would a
fast it
locomotive
could
do?
go.
Say if it ran
Or-
into a 12-foot electric chicken.
That's an interesting idea. That would probably work.
I mean, the train's coming tomorrow night.
Night?
No, it's like tomorrow, like late morning usually.
I mean, the train's coming tomorrow morning. Shalati, you said you were able to distract and lure the chicken slime.
Only briefly. It was much faster than me. If I had not been able to take shelter in a well, I think it would have caught me very shortly.
Faster than the train.
Do I have any estimate of that, Chris?
I mean, the train's probably the fastest you've seen it go. A little faster than a horse full gallop.
Is it faster than Quebec?
Not lately.
Oh my god,
I mean,
Allie isn't here to hear
I think
that Beth is faster than a train.
I mean, the train generally slows coming into town, but once it gets outside of the borders, it's got some speed to it.
it is about the chicken is about as fast as Quebec, it seems. And I think Quebec can run faster than the train, so I think the chicken might be faster than it. Quebec lately.
But how smart is it? Is it as dumb as a chicken? I think
I don't know what it is driven by, but it did seem to recognize the second time when we tried to distract.
Our fox seemed to possess some basic intelligence, more so than the original puddings.
So before we talk anymore, someone should signal us back that we are okay. Can we close these shutters? Put the light up?
That wouldn't be bright enough to see.
Wouldn't it be better to wait until morning time and send some of us to go there directly instead of... I just worry about attracting the attention of any of these things.
Chris, I have a question.
Mm-hmm.
Would Seifert be aware of any like rumors and such, sort of with the purpose of trying to think of some like I don't know, like anyone that managed to like survive an attack like this, like a survival tip kind of rumor?
No, you guys have never had to deal with anything like this in centuries.
You have to resign for surviving a jelly attack on your home. BuzzFeed listed.
Oh, I just realized what you're saying.
Yeah, like from her origin, like not that she would necessarily, like not that she would have had personal experiences directly, but like rumor mill or family stuff, like stories, that kind of thing.
Well, I think maybe. I can't remember. Do you have any memories from that time? Were you sentient?
Yeah, she was sentient, but she was really young.
Okay, yeah, no, you'd seen something like this before, but they behaved entirely different. They were almost entirely translucent and not hostile at all. No danger would be associated.
Almost completely translucent?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so when they're clear, they were less dangerous.
Well, you're not sure of causality, but that's just what you remember. But there's nothing dangerous about these things at all in terms of that context that you're aware
of. Okay, and there's no like cautionary, like...
Not for you. They're just benign little animals. Little hop around.
I'm suddenly reminded of that Buffy episode and Anya's terror of bunnies.
I heard Vanya. What?
Anya from Buffy.
Oh, other Vanya.
I forgot where you're at.
We were trying to figure out a way to signal, right?
What if might be enough wood here to build a bonfire? Oh, and we know at least that for now, for whatever reason, the chicken does not seem to be active. If we wait until morning, it might be hungry again or whatever is making it move. So, I think the sooner we move, the better it will be. And having said that, I guess she is going to start, unless anyone else says anything else, she's going to start trying to find lumber and stuff to make bonfire outside of the barn, on the north side of the barn.
Yeah, I think it's pretty easy. There's probably actually like a log pile next to the barn. Of like already cut wood.
Probably just grab a stick and get a flame from one of the smoldering piles that are still around. Just transfer it back. Once it's up, if there's like a horse blanket or something in the barn, she's just gonna stick it in the front and then pull it to the side. Just to cover it up.
Okay.
I'm not sure about her memory of Lux Code, but
Yeah, before too long, you've got a substantial enough bonfire going. Well, that might take just a little bit. Does anyone want to do anything during that time? For people who are at the...
I was just going to say that, and however much time ends up taking between when he sent the signal to the barn and whenever you're cutting to, after helping to take care of people, and when there's a moment of downtime, he's going to look through that book that he took from Teridian's office and look into the puddings.
Okay, sounds good. Yeah, we'll say, I think it would make sense, probably, Esmond, you're up by the mirror up there because you're waiting for a response, so you probably got the book and you're keeping an eye out for a response. Yeah, we'll say it doesn't take too long for Charlotte to get a bonfire going, and Esmond, you start to see a new light kind of flare to life over by the barn. There are still lights in the town around you, but so it takes a while for the fire to get big enough for you to be able to spot this light over in the farmlands. But you do see it, and then you see it start to wink in and out, and you realize it's Lux Code. Let me have Shalati message me the message you're trying to send, and then let me have you both roll a test of your character's knowledge, remembrance of your Lux Code.
Oh no, Esmond is rolling real bad for the first time ever.
Good.
Oh no, gang. I think he might be flustered. No, that's not it. Frazzled. Frazzled's the word.
Yeah, you get back ADD space LP.
Who's dropping a hot new record?
There's no way I'm getting that right. Nope, I'm too tired. Shit. Man. Well, it's a message. I'm sure they're fine. I'll have to figure out some way to communicate, I guess, but figure that out later.
If only it could have been an SOS message. That would have just did the perfect. They're sending something. I'm sure they're fine.
Ava, you for the moment finished. Nobody's critically injured here. There's mostly superficial wounds. The people who survived, anyone who was more wounded to that, they seem to have died. But yeah, so you finished with what you need to urgently kind of do at the moment. I think you had spotted Esmond go up to the top of the lighthouse.
Okay. I guess she's gonna go after him. Is the patient who we dragged all the way from the physicker's office, or we're going to have dragged, are they around?
Yeah, but they're just unconscious, feverish in the way that Fennel had been.
Oh, that's real bad. Okay. Yeah, she's gonna go up and talk to Esmond.
One more thing. Eva, you were able to, at least of the people here at the lighthouse, kind of take stock of who might be here and who might not be here. Yeah, obviously Gilgain, Toretti, and Miranda not here. No mayor, no parsnip. Obviously no Sheriff Hain. Also, you did not see Meraldine, the gnomish blacksmith, who lives in town. No Mulgwood, Esmond's father, not there. You did not see, you're not sure if he would be here, but you did not see Casey's uncle. And Lowry, the big furball, he was pretty easy to see because he's the only person about Stall Sal, other than the Minotaurs. The bartender from the Dry Iron pub, didn't see him either. None of the Rough Guts, of course, but as far as you know, none of them were here. Yeah, and there's some other people missing, but you're not sure. You know, there's some people might still be in their homes. Some people might be in the eastern fields. But yeah.
Okay. She mounts the stairs, holding a small clipboard in her hand that has scraps of paper on it. The first one has notes scrolled with the specific names and conditions of the people that she'd looked over and treated. And on the other page, it just has listed down the names of all the people that she observed, who were actually present. She comes up the stairs into the room where Esmond is, where she expects Esmond to be working the lighthouse or standing watch.
How does he find Esmond?
He's leaned up against the railing, looking out into the distance towards where the bonfire is in the farmlands.
She approaches him kind of slowly and clears her throat as she mounts the stairs, kind of a little loud, so that even if he's distracted, hopefully he'll know she's there.
Charlotte and everyone else seem okay, I think.
That's a relief. That's good. I have a list of the people who were here and some of the injuries. I think we're gonna have a problem later, but no, you go. You go first. What do you think we should do?
Doc, I'm so tired. I think I'm out of ideas. I've been reacting for 3 days now. Jumping from one thing to another, one emergency after another emergency after another emergency. I don't think I have it in me to keep coming up with a plan.
Okay. Well then, I'll tell you what our problem is, and I'll figure out how to solve it. And then after that, one thing at a time, I guess.
go ahead and hit me with the worst news.
Well, the good news are the people we have here, and that most of the people who are downstairs, they're all relatively stable.
I know what we have, Doc. Tell me what we lost.
Well, there's bad news and there's maybe some worse news, but I guess the bad news is, and she starts to list off the people, Chris, that you mentioned who are not present or accounted for. So there's always a chance that they are somewhere else. But there's a chance that they're gone too.
Esmond looks defeated. You've seen him look bad. You've seen him, like, after half his hand was blown off, you thought you'd seen him at his worst, but he truly just looks exhausted and defeated hearing all this. Well, I've been reading through the tome that I took from Terdian's office. There's there's another type of these creatures, family, under the genus family oozes. What we have been dealing with is puddings, but there's also something called jellies. There's a distinct difference. I haven't dug too deeply into that yet. The pudding's natural state is gray. So anytime that they are affected by some kind of strange element, they take on that the points of that element and adopt its color. They have same weaknesses as the standard element. Not that it matters.
As it's going to matter, I think, because the person that we brought from the Physiker's office is very likely to be in the same state as the one who we lost earlier. Feverish and unconscious.
Good. Do you have her name? Do you have her name too?
Do you?
This was... I don't have a name written down. Let's come up with... Okay, yeah, so the one that you had managed to haul here for the lighthouse is named Madine. M-A-D-I-N-E. Madine.
It's Madine. M-A-D-I-N.
You have to say it every time.
Very strange name, but they always insist on spelling it out. You know how specific there. Madine. And I'm gonna need your help with taking care of it.
Yep, just another one to add. Just another mark against me. That's fine.
This isn't your fault.
Doc, I think this is as much as my fault as it possibly could be.
You're the one that discovered the underground tunnels and wandered beneath there.
No, nothing to that extent.
Well, I suppose it's not really all anyone's fault. And honestly, right now, it doesn't fucking matter. We need to just do things or more bad stuff's gonna happen.
I can't accept that. No, I didn't discover the tunnel or the ruins, but I'm the one that introduced the lightning element to them.
Maybe, but I mean, if you hadn't, I probably would already be dead too. They go for the face. They go inside. And so far, I haven't had a lot of luck treating people once that's happened. So, maybe you could just think of that and set the rest of it aside, because I think we have to try to get that thing out, and it's gonna be hard, and if that person doesn't make it, it'll probably be on me. So. I'll give you some time, but when you come down, look for things to smash, like a hammer, because I think we're gonna need it. She's gonna slowly kind of go back downstairs.
As yours turned heads downstairs, both of you start to hear the soft plink, 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 little plinks of a few scattered raindrops on the lighthouse. It's just slightly starting to rain. You hear a crack of thunder in the distance out at sea.
Esmond is mentally and physically exhausted. And he turns back to the window to stares out at the glass window as it begins to get pelted with rain. Okay, fine. She's not wrong. People still need help. Okay, sure. Throw his shoulders back, wipe away some tears, and he'll head downstairs to help Ava with the person, Nadine.
Her last wish was that no one call her Nadine. Alright. Let's take a 5-minute break.
Okay.
Meanwhile, at the barn.
So we hit it with the train.
We're gonna hit it with a train.
What about the people on the train?
I mean, we'll catch the train before it gets to town. Let the conductor know what's up. Because they're going to slow down for town anyway. We don't want that to happen. We want it to keep its speed. We get a few people to lure it onto the tracks. I've seen a loose chicken wander onto the tracks before when the train was going by. Wasn't much left of it. We can't just let this bird have our town.
Wouldn't hitting it with a train maybe make it into a bunch of, like, smaller, squishy chickens?
Not if it's going fast enough.
Yeah, I
I'm
mean,
going to assume Charlotte is outside building the bonfire at this time.
when I hit it with the broom, it was gone. It didn't join the fox, I think that.
Exactly. I've stomped ones out before as well. If you hit it with enough force, it doesn't split it, it just kills it.
Alright, so there's the train.
Well-
We'd have to communicate with them, getting to slow down, getting to evacuate. That's so complex. I'm more inclined to lure the chicken away from the train, so at least the folks on the train don't get attacked by a chicken.
I mean, it's mostly just cargo anyway. Should be pretty easy. Catch it outside of town.
Are the train... I mean, there's a lot happening right now. Are the trains even running?
I mean, it's supposed to come in the morning. I don't know why it wouldn't.
Then we should... How far away is the nearest station? I've never taken the train.
Chris, where's the train station in town?
Yeah, it's close to the post and parcel. It's not quite as far as the hearth, but not, probably a 5-minute walk from the hearth to get to where the post and parcel and the train station is.
And does it actually go through town, or does it stop at that? Is it like a dead end where it stops and then goes back the other way?
It reverses and goes the other way. There's a engine on both sides.
And there's no tracks that go through town then,
Well, they come into town and just terminates and goes back the other way.
Still a good plan.
Where's the next nearest station to even talk, to at least warn them of what's going on in town here? Is it like forever away? Do we have a chance
I
of
don't know,
reaching
next
it
town
tonight?
The city is the next nearest place. That's about a week's walk, but 2 days by train.
I think this plan is impossible to do well.
I mean, we just have to get the chicken on the tracks. The train will do the rest. We should let Esmond know as well. He's going to be losing his mind trying to figure out how to deal with this.
To be fair, the train is pretty reliable. It's arrived at about 10 in the morning every time.
We should make sure that no one's on the tracks as well, since electricity and metal don't mix.
Do you know what attracted it to town in the first place? So that we could use that to get it I mean, Shalati said that they tried to lure it, but it only really worked once.
For a while, Ez and me were going around trying to eliminate other sources of electrics. We turned off the lamp in the wanderlust, for example. We thought maybe if it was drawn to lack, that it would go toward him, maybe once the other electric sources were cut down.
But all of
That's
that
what
was...
his idea was, at least.
Yeah, but I mean, everything was turned off, and still they came to town in droves.
Yeah,
Did
I'm not
it?
saying it worked.
It didn't go towards Ez after you did that.
Mm-mm.
I don't think particularly. But Ez ran off to meet up with Ava real quick. We were together for only a second in town, and then I was with Araya, and we were off to go to the barn, and maybe it does work, and maybe the reason why it settled down is because it found Ez and thinks he's his mom.
Well, we can't board the train because the next town over is a long way away.
And in the wrong direction if we're taking people to your temple.
Yeah.
But if we take care of the chicken, then maybe we don't need to leave.
Or, yeah. Okay, yeah. I understand. I see. I just don't know how to wield a train that we have no way of getting in touch with and manage chicken that shoots lightning bolts out of its beak.
I mean, the train is usually on time, so we know about when it's going to come. It's just a matter of going outside of town, jumping aboard, and talking to the conductor.
I thought this train was fast.
Not the first time I've caught the train.
Casey! Wait, really?
It's not so hard.
What do you mean? It sounds very hard.
Run alongside, and when you're ready.
But then you'd be on the train as it hurtles towards an electric chicken.
I mean, we have to let the conductor know and keep the speed up. And then some others will have to lure the chicken onto the tracks.
Casey, if you die in this train when it explodes, when it hits the electric chicken, everybody on the train dies, including you, how are we going to then defeat the fire fox if you're the fireman? I don't think jumping on a moving train is a great idea.
Wait, I have another question. How are you going to convince the train conductor to destroy the train by slamming it into a gigantic electric chicken?
Thank you, Saffron.
I'm sure they'll listen to reason.
What if we just lured the chicken out of town further along the train track?
I mean, Shalati had said it kind of settled down. Don't know that it's planning on moving too much.
Wait, I have one more question. So okay, hypothetical. We can't stay in the town. We have to give up the town. The jellies can have it, and we need to get away. Our best way to get away is the train, right? So maybe we should come up with a plan that doesn't involve destroying the train in case we need it?
Yeah. Well, we have to just decide whether it's more important to save the people or destroy the jellies. Now, I don't think it's... From what I can tell, the jelly that's in town is horrifying. I think it's more important to rescue what people we can.
I agree that it's more important to rescue people than it is to murder the giant chicken.
We're just gonna We're just gonna leave then? Abandon the town completely?
It's just stuff. Stuff doesn't matter. The lives matter.
And also, yeah, abandon the town that no one is in.
Casey, it'll be a lot easier to save the town without everyone in it that could die in it.
Where are we going to go? Yev kind of says from the stairway. He's obviously been eavesdropping a little bit and says, What are we? Where will we go if we leave the town? There's nowhere else. We've always been here.
What if we evacuate most of the town folk to Araya, to your temple, and then those of us who are up for fighting can come on back and see what we can do against this chicken and who knows, maybe this fox. I don't think crashing a train into it's a good idea, but I think maybe getting the real young folks and the real old folks up to the temple might be a really good starting point, and then the rest of us can decide when we're not trying to look after, a dozen younger siblings.
I mean, we can do both things.
Yes. So maybe not... How do I say this? I don't know how successful we could be using the train against the chicken by tomorrow morning with having no way of really coordinating so many moving parts when we could be getting everyone someplace safe. And it's not that we're leaving the town, Yev. We're not leaving the town, Yev. We're evacuating because it's dangerous there right now. But it's not going to be for forever. We will find a solution, but it's safer to stay away for now.
We can win. You beat one up with your broom and Casey made the other one run away.
But it was this... Yeah, it was this big. It was the size of an apple, grapefruit.
That's accurate.
This one is the size of a building, and it shoots lightning. I appreciate your vote of confidence, but I use a broom.
Oh. Maybe you're right. Kind of looks at Casey kind of hopefully.
We're not abandoning the town.
We're not abandoning the town. We're evacuating the people.
Yes.
But we'll come back.
Getting everyone to safety is the first and foremost priority, isn't it?
Yes.
100%. We should just flat out do a vote. Everyone here.
Who does a vote?
I mean,
Shalati walks another moment and says, I was thinking about this while building the bonfire, and I think it really is best if we just abandon the town.
Holy shit.
Bonfire thoughts.
Well, no, but Casey, see, your idea has merit with planning. I think it does.
You didn't hear the plan.
We do have to defeat the
Shalati, don't hear
chicken.
the plan.
Yeah, don't worry about it, Shalati. It wasn't
We're gonna
really
hit the
good.
chicken with the train.
No, it was a terrible idea.
We're not going
Absolutely
to hit the chicken
not.
with the train.
Why
Well,
would
but-
you hit the chicken with the train when we can use the train to transport the people to the capital?
That's what I'm saying.
But we
We
should...
have a lot of oldsters and children, and it would be easier on them to sit on the train and be in a ride to the city.
Are we not
Can't-
taking
walk.
to the temple?
We can't let
Well-
the pudding have the whole town at Kid Fennel.
I guess so.
Thank you.
So
make
we
it an
do
option.
need to learn more about what we're up against. Honestly, the most valuable thing, Casey, that we could do right now is learn. So that we can
What is it?
really do
Oh,
something about it.
I mean, don't bother telling him that.
I know, but Casey, I think that hitting it with something absolutely massive is really smart. Like... things.
Wait.
Time to learn. The
Yeah,
train comes at 10 tomorrow.
Hang on just a
Yeah.
minute. We don't... Is there cliffs around here?
lots of clues at the coast? By the lighthouse?
What if, instead of crashing the chicken into something, what if we lure the chicken off the cliff and it goes swoosh, squashes itself on the ground? We don't need to waste a train that way.
Did the chicken
this
seem like
discussion-
it could be lured off of a cliff?
Well, we don't know what it motivates the chicken, so we can't reliably make it do anything except what it's doing, and we don't even know what it's doing right now. We don't know why it's in town. What brought all of them together in the first place? Why did they all... Is that the default state of jellies? Is that they all want to be clumped up together? And then where did they all come from?
No,
You know
Ray,
what?
right.
Those are all very good questions that we can ponder on the train away from town.
Or at the
Agreed.
lighthouse, where some of our best minds are.
Well, then it sounds
No
like
To do
offense to
that-
any of you, but Esmond is the smartest one among us.
Well,
And he would
Ava's no
agree.
slouch either, and she's there too.
Exactly.
Did you start the bonfire? We can tell him about the train.
You can use your luck. You can use your Lux code.
My grasp of Lux code basically extends to all okay, and that is what I sent.
What did they say back?
No response back.
Huh? What does it mean?
It probably
Literally
means they're
nothing.
busy.
Nothing.
If we go there, though, we will know for sure, and then we will... Ava will be able to check everyone here to see if anyone is injured. It doesn't look like it, but you never know.
You want to take everyone from the barn to the lighthouse?
Or we
What
can...
better time than now? It's only
Well,
half an hour to walk.
It seems risky. It's a half-hour walk in the dark with God knows what.
I can see in the dark. I think most of us can. She
People-
looks at the satyrs and maybe not the Hurringen. No, the Hurringen have dark vision.
No, they don't.
Oh,
Oh, yeah, we found that out.
Either,
Neither-
and all
neither-
of them are halflings.
Yeah,
Most of the people in town are
satyrs don't.
halflings.
Oh,
Satyrs?
shit.
Yeah, like
Oh.
barely any of us have dark vision.
Yeah, Shalati, only you and me can see in the dark, and Araya.
Well, okay. So we don't know how the
Wait,
chicken's going to react to the
Hush.
train, that we can even evacuate people using the train. We don't know if we can sneak anyone to the train with the chicken in town. We don't even have eyes on the chicken.
I mean, either way, we're going to have to catch the train outside of town. If it goes all
Yeah.
the way into the
Oh, if we could
station,
stop it outside of town,
We
then we
can-
could get people to it. That's what we
cannot
should
let
do.
them- Well, we at least at the very least we cannot let the conductors drive into town without any idea of what's going on there.
Gotta
Yeah,
stop
we
the
need to
train
figure
once
out how
train
to
prime.
stop them.
Well, wait, I came downstairs for a reason, but I got distracted by the conversation. We don't have, without the food from the givers, we've already eaten almost all of our food here in the barn. Does anyone have any food?
That was another thing, actually. I think it would be wise for, especially if we were going to temple. I don't know if it would work if we were evacuating them by train, but Ash, Ember, you and me, I think we need to go back to the ranch and get our flocks and drive them as well whenever we evacuate, so that there is some sort of food along the way.
Whenever we do decide
ready
to
Or
move
where's the
folks
map?
one way. Oh, sorry, go ahead.
Okay.
Oh. I think that if folks want to stay nearby, if like your younger brothers and all want to stay nearby, they can stay at the temple. We can definitely evacuate only the folks who want to be evacuated. Anyone who wants to stick around and help to rebuild the town or fight the electric chicken, they can do that, and they can stay at the temple, right? And then anybody who wants to leave can then leave. But we need to stop that train first. Array
Yeah.
is absolutely right. Yeah.
Stop the train, get it someplace out of town. We can then evacuate people, circumventing the chicken for the people that can't face or even sneak around. And then send the train off, and then the train could theoretically come back in force and destroy the chicken, and that would just be a different day. It would be...
Okay, here are my thoughts on the current situation. I think it's too dangerous to transport herds of children in the dark, in jelly-infested grasses, to get all the way to the lighthouse. But I do think we need to coordinate with them. So what we need to do, we need to stop the train before it gets to town. You want to get your flocks from the ranch. We need to coordinate with the people in the lighthouse. If we send a couple of people to coordinate with the lighthouse while you and your family collect your flocks, and I don't know how to stop the train. Casey maybe has an idea, but
You could also
meeting
ask
away
Esmond.
from town, everyone leaving town in the direction of where the train is stopping. Do you get what I'm saying? Those are the pieces.
I hear is that we are not going to get very much sleep tonight.
Yeah.
We need to start heading up the train tracks. Like some of us, Casey, who says he can catch the train, because it's not going to stop when it sees us.
I can head to the lighthouse and warn us and the others and let them all know what the plan here is and see if he's got any ideas about the train. I know Kibit's a faster runner, but I can at least see where I'm going right now.
Or yeah, maybe you and Peach go together, and then Ash and I will go to get the animals.
Ember comes like kind of down the stairs into the room, interrupting the conversation. Says, "I can see lights at the farm. There's somebody's lighted bonfire at the farm, at the ranch. At the ranch." Something. Maybe they're trying to signal.
Is it a bonfire or is it the fox?
You see, like
somebody who can see in the dark, come with me.
I'll come.
Yeah. Oh, Casey, yeah. Well, but
You need help reading the bonfire.
Casey, you need to catch that train. You need to get as far up track as possible without time to waste. I'll go.
I mean, we have.
I'll go. I've got a broom.
Ash and I were planning on going to the ranch anyway, so we can go check that out. If Aurea and Peach start heading for the lighthouse to talk to Esmond and Ava, maybe both of them would be willing to come here instead.
Mm.
Wait.
If it's not just a bonfire, don't do anything.
If it's at the ranch, Lycos, Agatha, they could be there. We have to go.
I know. That's why I'm going.
Yeah,
Look, should I get Ez and Ava and
you can't see in the dark either. Let us. Your sister, let your twin and go, and she's going to run after Ember.
I'm gonna go get Ez and Ava and at least inform them what's going on. We can all run back to the ranch and help Shalati.
Yeah. Ember takes a spill down the stairs in the dark. He can't see. Hits the ground, but he gets up to his feet and starts running for the ranch.
What?
She's gonna try and tackle him.
Yeah, I'm gonna grab that little kid. He's the little kid, right?
No,
he's
no.
16.
Yeah. All right.
Cyphered will assist.
I still am pro tackling. I'm not great at this.
You guys get a hold of him.
Wait.
Oh wait, no. Let's have you roll for it.
Ah!
Ember's a little spitfire.
Your child interception.
I'm gonna let that be. I'm not good at this. This is not.
We're rolling for child interception.
Yeah.
Teenage interception.
Would you say?
And I can't have two very best things.
No.
Yeah, right. Like
I'll
Wrangler.
roll for Ember
What
at
about
the end.
advantage for experience?
You can definitely have a D4 if you're experienced.
I know, but that D6 is way nicer.
Hey!
You're great.
Nice.
The dice don't lie here.
Yeah.
Is this literally child wrangling or tackling? That you're good at.
This is
Or
child
good at.
handling.
Yeah,
Animal handling.
Alright, anybody else before I roll for Ember? Alright, roll. Yeah, no, you guys get him. He was still getting up from the ground. Let go! We have to the ranch!
Nice try.
Horde of older sisters just to converge on him.
Salati, after saying that Seifert has a good hold on him, pats him on the shoulder or squeezes him on the shoulder, says, "Don't worry so much. I will be there. Ash."
Yeah.
And she waits for.
Ash comes down to help. While they're all there, dogpiled on Ember, Yev leans over to Casey and says, "Your plan with the train is going to work. We can do it."
Agreed.
Yeah, so you guys have a hold of Ember.
You and me. There was a. You heard about the fire at the ranch, right? I think we need to go and get the animals, see what's happening there. If it is safe, then we get the animals and bring them back here.
Wait, who are you talking to?
Ash.
Oh, yeah. I will go with you.
But we'll just be very quiet. They're very sneaky. Don't need to fight anything. You know the animals. She takes her hands, squeezes, and starts to lead them. She starts to head out.
Okay. Yeah, so Shalati and Ash start heading to the west. No, east.
Can we see the bonfire that they're headed toward?
Not from, well, maybe just barely if you know to look for it from the ground. It was a little easier to see from the second story.
Beach and Araya, are you headed towards the lighthouse then?
You're gonna get Az and Ava and give everyone else I guess advise them to stay there. Tell them to evacuate on the train if it stops.
Yeah.
What else?
Tell Ez my train plan.
Yeah, we will.
We'll
But-
tell Ez you have a plan and that he needs to then make a plan. Yes, I will tell
Tell
Ez
him
about the
that everyone else
situation.
disagrees with the train plan.
Casey, but you're
Tell-
okay stopping the train for evacuating first before we use the train that possibly destroys that train.
I'll catch the train, tell Ez the plan, and if he's good with it, tell him to signal me with the lighthouse.
I'll tell Ez to send a message back with me, or Araya perhaps, or come with us on his own, because you're going to interpret any signal as saying, go set a train on fire.
We're not setting the
Casey-
train on fire, we're just using
Casey,
it.
that train might be the only way that we can save. We could use the train after helping the people in the same way.
Also, I was just joking a little bit, Araya. I know he's not going to set it on fire.
No, I know. I don't know if he's gonna stop it so that we can help evacuate any of the people. Casey,
Well, he won't be going to stop the train alone.
Well, who's
I
going
won't.
with him?
Well, Kabeth can.
Kabeth is very fast.
Yeah, she's faster than the train, I think.
What?
Be at this point.
Faster
I
than
mean,
a bullet.
she delivers a lot.
Do we have a Salinger? Is a Salinger
No.
here?
I mean, maybe.
Yay!
Hey.
Araya is going to kind of just gently touch Casey's shoulder. Casey, this is important.
Don't worry, I'm not gonna crash the train into town when
Thank
nobody
you.
wants me to.
Thanks.
Don't you trust me?
Casey, I trust that you think that your plan is the best plan, but I think that we could do both. We could save a lot of people and possibly free the town of the chicken. I just think it's going to take a little bit. I just want you to be patient. You're not known for being patient.
I mean, we have a chance here.
I think so.
None of you
We
guys wanna
trust you
take
to
it?
stop. We trust you to stop the train so that we can get everybody out of here safely. And you absolutely have the capability to do such an absurd thing.
The fact that you know how to catch a train is kind of wild to me.
It sounds like we have a plan.
I think so.
Araya and Peach are going to go to the lighthouse and confer with Ava and Esmond. Casey and Kabath are going to figure out how to stop a train. Sal and I can herd everybody here down the tracks, and Shalati and Ash are going to the ranch to check on the bonfire there and get their flock. Right? That like covers everybody. Okay.
Okay.
You start to hear the sound of rain starting to fall on the roof of the barn. It's a light rain. The wind picks up a little bit. Salinger, you've been helping. Sal, you've been helping with probably helping with the kids and stuff like that. But anything you've ever heard, you've heard.
Casey's crest falls a little bit upon hearing the rain on the roof.
I'd say that actually Talati and Ash would have picked up shovels or rakes or something before they left the barn.
Yeah, you each have a rake.
I could give you my trusty broom, but I kind of want the broom. There's a broom, there's a mop, there's a sword. Who gets the sword? Casey? Do you
Salinger
need
currently
the
has
sword?
the sword.
Salinger
Salinger has it.
has Casey's sword.
Is it cursed? Who knows?
Worked fine for me.
On a door?
I like baseball batted a jelly with it.
How long have you been separated from it?
Oh no.
Okay, so who's departing? Where are you going? Shalati's already left.
What time of night is it?
Middle evening. 8 o'clock.
Lighthouse!
We won't have to leave the train for a little while. So if you get to Esmond and he wants to do the train plan, have him signal me with the lighthouse.
Peach
Yay
would kind of
or-
look
yay or
directly
nay?
at Peach would look directly at Cyfred and say, "Yeah, I'm gonna signal to you."
I
Just know that
I appreciate the sentiment, but I don't think that's how signals work.
no. I'm just saying, make sure that Casey doesn't interpret it on his own.
Yeah, I'll brush up on my Lux code.
What's Lux code?
Yeah,
You
says
don't know it. Everyone knows it.
I didn't go.
I mean, kinda.
school.
Everyone kinda knows it.
Yev's hoists a shovel a little bit and says, looks around, peeks out the door a little bit, sees that Shalati's pretty far away, and says, I'm going with Casey to help with the train.
How old is this one?
14.
Yeah, that's a no.
He can keep
We
up.
need you here to help protect everyone.
Honestly, the fox fire could come back. And the kids need someone that's brave.
You're taking them all to the lighthouse. Casey needs my help. You guys don't believe in his plan.
We
No, the
aren't
kids
taking
are
them to the
staying
lighthouse.
here. You need to stay
We're staying
Casey
here
is
until
gonna
we go to the train, and getting to the train is dangerous. We need your help.
Hold on. Yev. What would Shalati say if you planned to do this? Just picture her face and then make your decision.
She's not here. I checked very carefully.
That's not what I said. What would you say based on this idea?
She will not want me to go.
Then you're not
Okay.
going, are you?
Casey needs help. No one's
No.
supporting him.
Casey does
Yeah.
not need help. He is
He has
fully
Beth.
capable of doing the crazy things that he wants to do completely on his own, Yev.
And
It's
he's
not crazy. It's a perfectly calculated plan.
We need you to here to protect everyone else, yes.
But they are right, Yev. Kids here do need someone to protect them. It should be you.
Okay. Fine. But if you need my help, you just call me.
That time will come.
Right. So everyone departs going in the directions that they're going. Sal, who are you going with? Are you going Lighthouse?
Yeah, protecting the kids would definitely be his top priority. So hang
Well,
on
but
up
then
with
you'd
Yev
stay
and
here.
That's
really?
at the barn. Yeah,
barn.
Sal is staying
Yeah,
with
so-
Cyfred at the barn to help protect like the kids and stuff, I think.
Okay, sounds good. Pizzeria going Lighthouse. Cool. Casey going towards train tracks.
Yeah, with Kabath.
Okay.
I didn't hear the train plan at all. Do you?
Hopefully, they're going to catch the train early to get it to stop well before town to use a means of evacuation for all the people to get them away from the slimes temporary. Well, and also to someplace safe where they can get help.
Okay. So the functional portion of stopping the train, was that mentioned or just trusted? I just wanted to.
Casey says he's caught the train like a vagabond before by like running and catching it.
Okay, cool.
Lots of
That's-
fingers crossing and hoping.
Yes, I mean,
Yeah, and the other.
we're sending two quick and confident people on that task, and they will figure it out.
Yeah, and the other adults, like Cyfred's dad and Kabeth's dad, they're here, and Cyfred's older sister, they're upstairs with the kids. Just so we know where they're.
so you could stay in the barn with the kids. You could come to the lighthouse, or you could go help Shalati investigate a mysterious bonfire that could be a fox.
Well, Shalati already left.
Well, shit. But
Sal's priority would be protecting as many people as he could, so he would definitely stay on the barn.
Okay. Alright, you guys can go your directions. Meanwhile, the lighthouse. Ava, Asmund.
I think I know how to set this up. And tell me if Chris, if any of this is out of Ava is finishing up talking to Julie in one of the, like a small-ish kind of office space that has a desk, a room that's a little bit isolated, and sending her out to go and round up a couple of the people who work on the docks, people who work with their hands, and sending her to send in Maydeen, and for the dock workers to come in with something close to like heavy flat stones, things that can be used to kind of crush something.
Sure.
And she is waiting inside that empty room and listening to sort of the sound of a something like a grandfather clock sort of ticking in the background as the rain kind of beats on the window, as she kind of considers what options they have for the treatment of Maydeen, expecting for Esmond to probably arrive before the patient and the hands.
Okay, yep. Yeah, so Julie Summerstone has agreed to help, and she's gone off to ask for some people to contribute. Esmond, you arrive at Julie's study. When just Dave was alone in the room. Oh.
Yeah. She, her sleeves are completely rolled up. Her hair is pulled back in sort of a tight ponytail, sort of out of her eyes, a couple of them. You've seen this before. Like, she's obviously ready to work. and somewhat almost reminiscent of how you were standing just a moment ago. You see her with her arms kind of folded across her chest, sort of looking out the window and sort of biting on her thumb a little bit as she sort of looks to be in contemplation.
All right, Doc, so what's the plan? Do you think that we can save her like you saved that other patient earlier?
She hesitates for a moment and sort of slowly starts to shake her head sort of a little bit and begins to speak, but you're not quite certain if it's to you or herself as she starts to go through the prognosis. Okay. What do we know? We know that it seems to be a parasite. Uses a person as a host. When they first come out, they seem to be easier to kill. Like, they're disoriented. These both times when we've interrupted it. So, we've tried getting out of the host, only successful once. But with other times, when it was disrupted, when we affected the host to wake them up, kill them. So what do we do? And she looks up at Esmond and says, we're gonna bleed it out. Okay, here's what we're gonna do. When he comes in, you're gonna help me. We're gonna have them remove the shirt, turn her on her side. I sent Julie away. She's gonna have a couple of hands. They're gonna be responsible for whatever comes out. I'll tell them what to expect, and they'll be responsible for trying to take care of it. But you don't do that, and neither do I. I'm gonna need your help. And Esmond, just remember that no matter what happens, as of right now, Madine's already dead. And then I think she's expecting for them to come back in pretty soon.
Just tell me, where do you need me?
Nearby. And we're gonna need that. And she looks to his hand.
My lightning? Are you sure? Wait, what? Why? What?
Just, don't overthink it. You're gonna need... I'll tell you what to do at the time. But focus, stay calm, and feel it out. Okay?
I'll follow your lead, boss.
And she begins mixing some different herbs together in a small pouch as she waits for the person to come in.
Okay. Yeah, before too long. Julie makes her way up the stairs. Small steps. She's using gnome. Behind her, the louder steps of the dock workers. A couple of Goliath, and a couple of halflings. Strange mix. Helping unconscious Maydeen on some canvas up the stairs. And they lay her down on the floor on the study on the big rug. Julie says, she looks really sick.
She is really sick, Julie. Okay. Besides Esmond and me, we are going to try to take care of Maydeen, but I need everyone to understand what's about to happen. There's something inside of Maydeen, and it's making her sick. It's those creatures that we saw. from what we've observed, it's gray, and I'm going to do what I can to try to get it to come out. It's using, as best we know, it's using Maydeen as a host. And if we interrupt that process in a way to try to wake her up, there seems to be a violent expulsion. With some parasites, when the host no longer serves its purpose because it dies, the creature makes its way out on its own. So we're going to keep her on our side, and I'm going to temporarily make the host a place that it doesn't want to be. I don't know if she'll be convulsing, but if what happens, like I expect, it should be coming out from her mouth and nose, coming onto the floor. I need you to use the heavy objects there, to use the precious moments when it first comes out, in order to crush it before it can get its bearings. And then Esmond and I will do what we can to try to help Maydeen.
The dock workers kind of glance at each other, and one of the halflings says, one of those things that shacks a town. It's in... It's like... in her head?
I don't think it's inside of her head, but I don't know specifically. I believe it to be somewhere in her chest cavity, but that's just a guess. We haven't had a lot of time to research any of this stuff. So, does everyone understand what it is they're expected to do? Because when this comes out, everyone will be in danger if you don't crush that immediately.
Yeah, okay.
Okay. Let's move her onto the desk, roll her onto her side, and expect this to fall out onto the floor. Julie, if you have anything like a stone bucket or something maybe to capture it in, maybe we can use that. But otherwise, when it gets onto the floor, just start smashing.
I've got this bowl that I put fruit in sometimes. You can use that.
They're gonna have to smash whatever's in there with an extreme amount of force. If the bowl's up for it. Yeah, if the bowl is not up for that, she's not gonna recommend it. Otherwise, it'll just hit the floor. I can't see the bowl.
Oh, well, maybe not.
Okay. All right. You two, you three, you understand?
Yeah.
All right. Esmond? Just, be ready. And once they get her on her side, and they put Maydeen up that, and everyone seems ready with their makeshift weapons, Ava is going to get on sort of the table, on her knees, sort of next to where the patient is lying on her side, and then she's going to clap her hand over her mouth and hold her nose, and begin suffocating Maydeen.
Right. Yeah, just a moment or two into this, there are convulsions, and then you and they go on for half a minute or so. Then there's the wet cough into your hand, and you feel an acute burning on the skin of your palm.
Oh, sorry. Okay. Yeah, she flicks her hand as hard as she can downward and takes off I imagine her to have like little, I don't know if latex gloves aren't a thing, so I guess leather gloves when treating patients.
Sure.
Okay. It takes that off and sort of throws it down on the ground next to that. and then applies part of the ointment she had prepared just a moment ago onto the palm of her hand. And with her other hand, is directing Esmond to sort of point Medine's face and body so that whatever's coming out comes out onto the floor.
Yeah. The convulsing continues for a moment more, and then there's coughing and hacking, and then Indian starts to calm down a little bit, gasping, sucking in breath, and there's wetness at the side of her mouth, but whatever was happening seems to stop.
Okay. If she has the right herbs for it, looking at her hand, at her palm, she's going to try to use something that's like chloroform instead, to just soak on a rag and then place over her mouth until she completely passes out, and then continue holding it there until...
Well, she's already unconscious.
I think if you keep doing it, does a person die?
Well, it depends. I guess what your goal is. She is currently unconscious.
Ava's goal is to kill her.
Okay. Yeah, so you've got some, you have some potent herbs. You kind of drills the last of them kind of into this cloth, and then put it over her mouth. There's some, and you've maybe done similar things, not quite this far, maybe with animals. There's some convulsions begin, and then again there's a little curl of smoke from the cloth in your hand. After a moment you start to feel a little bit of burning, but then the convulsions stop, slow down, stop. Dean stops moving. You start to feel there's burning coming up from the cloth. You feel something moving under it, under your hand.
She removes her hand for this and again directs Esmond to sort of direct it.
Yeah, you move it away, and out from Medine's mouth and nose bubbles up this grayish fluid that kind of runs down, flops on the side, and starts to. It seems lethargic almost, and just a single one of them, not three. It starts to kind of congeal together.
Do the people smash it?
There's a moment, nobody moves. They're just staring at it.
Smash it! Come on!
One of the halflings.
Ava rolls Medine back on, continues there and holds that for a few seconds. She's counting aloud as she's doing this. And then, does it seem like anything else is coming out?
No.
Okay. She rolls her onto her back. She takes some of that liquid, that burn that she used on her own hand, starts rubbing it on her chest and says, "Okay, Esmond, what you're going to do is place your hand here. I need you to shock into her chest. You're going to do less than the attack that used on the jelly, but more than just a spark, okay? The point is, the heart is basically just a big muscle, and if we get it pumping, just jump-start it, we can do this, okay?"
Sorry, out of character, I'm shocked to hell. No, I'm here. Okay. Yeah, without a moment's, without even taking a beat, Esmond immediately follows her directions. Before he places his hand on Madine's chest, sparks begin to flow from under his poncho to the palm of his hand, and they kind of centralize in his hand as he's trying to take her direction where he doesn't. We don't want the full effect, but we don't want more than a spark as well. So he's trying to find that balance between the two. and he's holding it just above her chest, ready to press down on her on Doc's command.
All right. And as he's saying that, she's talking to him. All right. We have maybe 2-3 times of this that we can probably try to do. I'm going to do chest compressions afterwards. Shock, and then move away. Ready? 1, on 3. 1, 2, 3.
There's a burst of blue illuminates the inside of the room. Nadine convulses there on top of the desk. The first time doesn't work.
Ava pushes on her chest a little bit and starts trying to get breath back inside of her, and does this just standard CPR that they would do even without this. And then, after a couple times, she steps back, grabs some more of that stuff, rubs on her chest, and says, "Okay, ready? Ready? 1, 2, 3.
Burst of blue lights up the room. Those of you on the path towards the lighthouse approaching, you see a blue flash in the top of the lighthouse, but you're not sure why. Second time doesn't work. One try left.
Okay, one more. We got this." After she's doing the chest compressions, she's looking at him.
While you're doing the chest compressions, he's going to ask, should we go higher?
Oh, okay. Yeah, Chris, should I roll to figure out higher or lower?
Let you roll afterward. Continue.
Okay. 1. It's fine. Just one more. Just a little bit. Just the tiniest bit more, okay? 1, 2, 3.
Burst of blue lights up the inside of the lighthouse. Now let me have each of you make a roll. It's going to be Ava's medicine for how well you formulated these herbs to make sure that coming back from this was possible. And the next roll will be Esmond for how good you are controlling the amount of electricity surging out from your hand.
Alright, I may as well. This is the only time I'm going to use that last of that inspiration. Yes.
Ooh, 17 on the die, plus 1, 18.
Do I... It's... Controlling my lightning is kind of an intelligence thing, so, like, would I add a d4 to that?
No, it's
or
up to
do you just want to straight...
It's up to you. And just how adept Esmond is at controlling the nuances of how much lightning is coming out of his hand, how much control does he have over it? If not much, let's roll a d20. If he's real good at it, roll better.
That's a 15 on the 20 and a 1 on the d4.
Okay. Nothing happens. And then Nadine starts to choke, cough. Starts breathing. Still unconscious, but breathing.
Oh my god. Okay.
Doc, you're a genius. Holy shit.
One of the glass runs forward to the rock. Don't worry, I've got her!
No. Stop. It's the things that come out, not her. She's not Nadine.
Oh. Right.
Okay, most of you can go. It's fine. Just one of you stay and leave the rocks. Okay, I've got this. Thank you.
Okay. Dum. Rocks hit the ground. The dockworkers file out.
She stares up at Esmond. She has the biggest smile on her face. You did it.
Smiling right back at you. That was so stupid. I can't believe I didn't think of it myself. That was amazing, Doc. That was genius.
You don't want to know the odds of that working.
Nope. Okay, no, I do. Yeah, that was very dumb. We're very lucky.
I know we did it though. Okay, we're gonna let her rest here. I'm gonna stay with her. Okay, let me know. I'm gonna observe for a little while, and I'm gonna monitor how she's doing. Okay, but I got it. For you, you can get some rest or something.
Okay, I'm gonna go check on everyone else downstairs, and then I'll head back up to the light and check for more signals coming through.
Okay, and hey, Esmond, you did this with that lightning. So, I mean, yeah.
Yeah, okay, I see what you're doing there. Hey. Thanks, Doc.
Okay. She starts looking back over and pulling stuff out of her bed and looking back over Nadine.
Esmond is going to head downstairs, start checking on people, and he's also going to start asking around for a spyglass.
Okay. Yeah. You start heading downstairs. You are kind of at the top of you're on the platform of the lighthouse, like the front porch. And just because your eye is tuned to it, you pick out your mom, Gwen. You see that she has kind of hoisted a little pack onto her back, and she's got the broom that she had brought from the Wanderlust. And you see her start walking her way towards the town.
No, I rush towards her immediately. I pull her to a stop. Mom, where are you going? What are you doing?
Hey, look around. He's not here. He's not with the survivors. He's got to be out. He's hiding in the town somewhere.
Mom, you can't go by yourself. It's too dangerous there right now.
But, I mean, I know it's dangerous, but, I mean, you're here, you're safe, and then I can go get him.
Okay, so you want me to come after you, then, to make sure that you're going to remain safe?
No, you have to stay here and be safe.
Right, so do you. You can't go by yourself.
I gotta go look for him, yes?
We'll get it figured out. But you can't leave yet. We need to. There hasn't been enough time to strategize yet. We can look for everybody that isn't here, but we can't. We can't just let people leave sporadically to do that. You can't go on your own.
Yes, what if he's out there right now and he's hurt? At that point, you see Araya and Peach coming up the walkway.
Mom, just please head inside. Just give me. Let me talk with Peach and Araya. They're bringing news from the farmlands. Just give me a few minutes. Let me talk with them and let me find out what they know.
I'll wait. Maybe they can help.
Okay, yeah. Head inside, please. I'll be in shortly.
Oh, okay. She heads up the stairs.
Shit. And jog off to meet Peach and Araya.
Okay. Meanwhile, Seifrid Salinger, give me perception checks, please. That's good. Casey, you hear some rustling behind you.
Oh, give me 1 second.
Sure.
Say that again.
So you hear some rustling behind you.
Are Kabeth and I headed towards the train tracks?
Mhm. Yeah. Kabeth's. Yeah, sure.
I mean, she could be a little ways ahead of.
Yeah, she's a little bit. I'll say that.
Yeah, hearing the rustling. Casey doesn't react, but at the next kind of little alleyway or something like that, he's going to sidestep in real quick and then turn to look and see.
Yeah, step out. Yev almost runs it. No, he actually probably does run into you. Ow! Oh, it's dark.
Yev.
Hey, get out the way. They got all the adults watching the kids. They're fine.
Make sure you keep up. And do not tell Shalati.
Yeah. Don't worry, I won't fall behind. I won't slow you down. I've got my shovel.
Yeah, Casey will take to running again and say, have you ever jumped on a moving train before?
No, but that's going to be awesome.
Does the water here have waves?
Oh yeah, it's really rough water. Well, so that's sort of the defining feature, right? So like the waters on the coast, the rocks are really rough, but the fjord that heads into where Shepherd's End is calm enough to where ships can port. So yeah.
As they're running along, have you ever ridden the waves, the rough ones?
No, Charlotte want to let me go swimming. Don't know why.
I was going to say it was kind of like riding a wave, or
I guess he would.
so I hear. You have to kind of lead it, run ahead of the train and match speed. And when the timing and your footing's right, then you make your jump, make your grab.
Yeah, it'd be just like climbing. Like we climbed up from the bridge.
Similar, yes. The key is don't do it halfway. If you hesitate, if you second guess, you'll miss.
Right. No hesitations. We can do it.
I wish we were going to the train for another reason, as I'm sure you heard. Do you remember the amazing bardic tale of the adventurers who fled town when a giant chicken took up roost in the center?
What? There's already a startup song about it?
No. There's not. People don't write songs about that sort of thing.
Oh. Yeah, that's right.
But still. We want everyone to be alright. Yes?
Right. We're going to... Yeah, that thing. That's what got Fennel. We're going to get rid of it.
Exactly.
Let's go.
Yeah. And they'll take off trying to catch Kabeth.
Alright. Esmond, you've reached Peach and Ray.
We got your message, As. Everything's PK, hopefully.
Everything is okay here, yes?
So there was a plan.
Sorry, repeat that.
So there's a bit of a plan to maybe evacuate the people out of town.
Yeah, we're wondering is there... Well, first off, everybody's okay at all the little kids and everything, as far as it seems. So no worries there. We're all right. But we did encounter another jelly thing. It was a fox, and it was made of fire jellies, and not as big as I've heard this electric chicken thing is, but just letting you know that that's also an issue. We were brainstorming back at the farm, and thinking that a good way to... Well, we got to stop the train from coming into town. Either we got to redirect it and use it to evacuate folks, or we at least got to stop it from plowing through an electric chicken. So we got to find some way to...
Wait. Okay. No. Yeah. Sorry. As you're saying this, his eyes are closed, and he's just nodding and shaking his head to everything that you're saying, just absorbing it all.
At the moment, Casey right now is planning to paraphrase Casey, run along and catch the train and somehow stop it. I am letting you know, we all advised him that it was a bad idea, literally all of us, all the rest of us, all who were there. But, Casey, let's see, we came here to update you and see if you had any plans how to maybe stop a train, or maybe how to kill a giant electric chicken. Did you have any thoughts on that either?
Sorry, clarify for me real fast. What did you send O to do precisely?
We asked him to stop the train.
We also didn't send him. O went and did.
Well, O took Kabeth, but we want him to stop the train, because if the train comes into town, we don't know what the chicken will do. We want to use the train to help evacuate some of the people from town, just to get them in safety, so we can figure out what to do about the chicken. He desires to use the train to ram the chicken, which would involve trying to figure out how to make the chicken get in the way of the train. But I think that's a tomorrow train plan.
Stop.
Yeah, we advised him against this. He's not going to do this plan, I do not think. He needs to stop the train, and any advice you have toward that end is hopefully going to be helpful. Stopping the train, not using the train as a battering ram.
Yeah, my advice is that is the worst plan I think I've ever heard, actually.
That was, yeah.
This is what we said.
Casey said that we could trust him. So if you trust Casey, he'll do what's best to help people, and then we'll worry about defeating an electric monster.
He'll do what he thinks is best, Araya. There's different things.
Okay. Clarify for me. Did you make plans to lure the chicken onto the train tracks at all with him before he left?
No, Esmond. No, we did not.
We don't know how to lure the chicken at all, so we need to observe.
I was wondering if you had any thoughts about that. Yeah, we want to observe the chicken. We didn't know if you had any insights there, having encountered it for longer.
No, yeah, that's fine. If he knows that we're not going to try and lure the chicken onto the tracks, he's not going to try and ram the chicken without knowing that it's going to be there for sure. So he will stop the train at the very least. You guys are correct. The best move right now is to evacuate the citizens out of town. We could either head to the temple, or we can take the train, depending on the condition of the train and how many people can fit.
Hey, that was my idea too.
Good. Okay. The only thing that we need to worry about in either scenario is making sure that the chicken isn't drawn to a large crowd of people trying to leave the area.
But the chicken didn't come to the lighthouse. That's hopeful. Do you know what brought the chicken into... It wasn't a chicken when I was running away.
No, it was all the blue puddings that were invading the town gathered at the hearth and coalesced into a 12-foot tall blue laurel chicken.
Was it attracted to the hearth itself? The fire, maybe?
I don't know. I have the tome from Tertian's office. I'm reading through it. I haven't found anything yet that indicates what different colored puddings are drawn to. I'm still reading through. Maybe there's something that we can use there.
Mind if I help you research? But we should just get out of the rain. We're in for a long night, no matter what.
Yeah.
Come on. She kind of like just touches the underside of his elbow to like lead him inside.
Actually, as I meant to mention this, as we're standing outside getting pelted by rain, Esmond is not getting pelted by as much rain as you guys are. It seems that a lot of the rain
It's very unfair.
seems to be kind of just wafting off of his shoulders.
Oh! She still would have said what she said, though. I mean, but that's cool.
Yeah. Let's head upstairs to the light. That way we can keep an eye out for any other signals. And we can search the tome. Let me. All right, can I meet you up there? I want to talk with Peach for a moment.
Of course. I'll go see if Ava needs some help, too. She'll head inside.
Thank you. Peach,
As if this is about my mom, I already said sorry. She can be inappropriate sometimes, so it's just in fun. I told her to knock it off, though. You might have to pretend to be my boyfriend a little bit for the next couple of weeks, but it ain't a game that sounds dry. I haven't played or anything. Yes?
your mom sacrificed herself to save Ava. Peach.
No, she didn't. She locked me and Ray in the basement. She ran off to do something or other, but no, she didn't. She's probably here.
Peach, I was there when it happened. I was standing a short distance away, and it was about to breathe, to shoot lightning.
The tabaxi it's raining.
It was about to breathe lightning at her, about to dust her like it did so many other townspeople. And she jumped out of nowhere, stabbed it with a sword. And it... and it stopped your mom.
It stopped her. What? What happened to the people who were getting hit by the... What does dusted mean, as?
It shot lightning over a crowd of people, and they all were evaporated and turned into ash.
Hey, Mama.
Your mom attacked it to stop it from attacking Ava, and it swallowed her whole.
Oh. Thank you for telling me, yes. Your mom's right? Gwen.
Yeah, she's... And you see him, like, trying to keep his shoulders from shaking, and he tries to hold himself up at full height, and like he's trying to hold back all of his... trying to hold himself back at the moment. Yeah, she's inside right now. We're currently taking care of injured people, trying to keep things organized and steady at the moment.
Yeah, no, I can hold it together under pressure, please. I can do. It's fine. I mean, her last thing she ever did to me was to try and protect me, and last thing she ever did in anything was try and protect Ava. And I never really believed half her stories, but she really... I'm proud of her. So
it's one of the bravest things I think I've ever seen anyone do. Esmond will take his left hand and kind of grasp it around your...
Peach is starting to cry, like she's now like kind of sat down and like is hugging her knees, and she's just sort of very quietly crying. She doesn't want to. I'm sorry. I'll keep it back together. I don't want to make anybody else more nervous than they have to be. So give me a minute to just catch my breath.
We're all right inside, okay? And Esmond will turn around and head back to the lighthouse to meet Araya.
Yeah, ooh, that was a good scene. Everyone, all the characters get an inspiration.
Thank God, I'm gonna need that.
Good scene, Kevin. Thank you.
Araya, while you've been inside, and they were outside talking, Gwen.
Is Gwen there?
Yeah, Gwen's there. Hi, Araya.
She just gives her Gwen a big hug.
Hey.
Hi.
Oh, the broomstick you gave me. Here you go. I mean, well,
No. Well, I mean,
I actually need it.
we need it.
Yeah. Listen, there's something. I'm a lot worried about something. I don't know what's gonna happen, but well, I've kind of not like this. But I've kind of seen stuff like this before, places that aren't safe and things going bad. Me and Mulkwood, well, before, Esmond. And take and talk. And, well, listen, can I trust you with a secret?
Absolutely, of course you can.
Okay. Okay. I got a feeling things are going bad. And if you guys... Well... If people are gonna try to find some way to fight this chicken, you're gonna need actual weapons. I know where some are.
Really?
Mm-hmm. Oh, hey, they brought you a ration. I had someone earlier. It was good.
Sorry, 1 second. I think there's a lot more people that will need food than me, than us, but I think weapons are important, but I don't know how much
Maybe maybe we won't need it, but just in case something happens, I figure it's better if more people know than just me. And this is hard to explain, but the place where the weapons are, I don't think Ez should go there.
Okay.
Okay. Hopefully it won't be an issue at all. But about a week's walk southeast of town, there's just nothing out there. It's just woods. And you'll come to a river. You can't miss it. And if you follow it south, it might take a day or 2 or 3, depending, which way you're going when you found the river. But there's a tower, an old tower. Me and Mulgood, we'd been there before. And under it, there's you find real weapons there. I don't think there should be anyone there, anything like that. But if it's possible, I don't think guys should go to that place.
Is the tower dangerous to Ez?
Not exactly. It's really hard to explain. You just gotta trust me.
I do trust you, but just so you know, the plan we think that's most important is helping everybody get someplace safe, so that we can then try to handle the problem. But we don't even.
Well, like I said, hopefully it's not a problem at all.
Yeah.
But...
No, I'll remember. I'll remember. I can remember this, but thank you.
Aurea. That tower, that's where we found it.
Oh. But then, wouldn't Ez want to know about the tower? Why wouldn't you?
Ez is happy. Just let him be happy.
Ez is searching. Gwen?
No. Ez is gonna get asked to dance. I gotta go.
No, Gwen. No. Go where? Go where?
I gotta find Mulgood.
Is he still in town?
I think so. He might be hurt. We haven't seen him here.
Yeah, you can't go alone.
Do you want to go with me?
Absolutely.
Okay.
But First of all, you have to tell Ez that you want to. We do need to
He knows.
look at the chicken.
He talked to me about. I mean, he doesn't want me to go, but he's right outside.
No one wants you to put yourself in danger. Gwen, would it be okay if I went instead and that you stayed here? I could take... I didn't plan on getting any sleep. I slept all day yesterday. But me and one of the other kids, I mean, we can go investigate, but we would do so very quietly. Like, we have to see what the chicken is doing, what the jellies, the puddings are doing. And we can make a point of trying to get to Mogwood. Hopefully he's just put himself someplace that's safe.
Just hiding. Very
likely. But us drawing attention to where he's hiding might put him in danger too. Maybe this is something better for daytime. You know, none of this stuff happened when it was daytime. Nightfall was when it went horribly wrong. Is it something maybe we could wait till daytime to maybe evacuate anybody left in town? Gwen, going right now in the middle of a storm, possibly revealing where he's hiding to things that want to hurt him. It's you going alone is that Gwen, she like grabs her hands with her hands. Gwen, you can't go alone. And he is strong and capable. You both, I believe you both are okay. You're here. He's probably just as worried about you.
Roll your convincingness.
Ooh, I haven't gotten to roll this one. I actually think. It's not bad. I'm inspiration on keeping Gwen safe.
Okay. Ooh.
Rolling an inspiration on keeping Gwen safe.
Alright, 19 on the die, plus 2. Yeah, Gwen says. Oh, maybe you're right. What if he's got a really good hiding spot and I give him away? Yeah.
Yes, exactly.
It's good
and
thinking.
We'll go in daytime. And it won't be anybody alone in the middle of the night. We'll get him someplace safe. We'll get you two back together. It'll be safer for everyone.
Yeah, that's a good idea. It's about when Ez comes in.
Must protect Cinnamon Roll at all cost.
Hey, everything all right?
Yes. Yeah, we were talking. Yeah, maybe it is better that we'll wait till tomorrow.
It is. But, as I offered, we need to know more about... There's a lot of things we need to know more about. And if there's anybody left in town, maybe we get...
I know. If your offer still stands, why don't we read over this tome and see if we can find anything. And
2 heads are better than 1. Yeah.
Maybe then we'll be able to formulate an actual strategy.
Is Peach behind you? Or is Peach still out there?
She's still outside.
Where? Peach is getting wet. We gotta get her.
She needs a few minutes. She'll be okay. She just she needs a moment to herself. I'll let's head up to the light. I'll explain up there when there's not as many people.
Yeah, okay. All nighter. Yes, I can do this. Dirty party, yeah.
Charlotte. The grass in the southern field at the Kentney Ranch is on fire. The llamas, sheeps look as though they've been slaughtered.
Like they are cut and bleeding out, or they're burning?
Well, there's from this distance. You're not sure yet. You're looking upon a scene of sheeps and llamas laying strewn about. Part of the field's on fire. There's little motes of fire all around. The ranch itself is not on fire, just the field. You've just crested the hill. You're seeing this from a distance.
I think she actually also probably would have brought the dogs, but especially since she was planning on hurting them away. But she exchanges looks with Ash and says,
Oh no.
Yes. They're not moving at all, and with the fire, they should be. Wait. And she's going to circle around to approach from an angle where there isn't as much fire and try to get close to one of the alpacas or the sheep.
Yeah, you can see it looks like parts of the fence have been broken down. Even some parts that are not on fire, you can see that the grass is badly singed, as though exposed to an incredible heat, or maybe it was on fire briefly and then went out. You get to one of the llamas, which is the first thing you reach. It looks as though it's been... it's a little bit hard to tell. There's definitely like burning, but it's also maybe bludgeoning, some broken bones. It's really hard to understand exactly what's happened.
It doesn't look like there's been any visible cuts, though. Like there's no blood. This just seems to be
not cuts.
dead and pulped.
Yeah.
She goes to check another one, the next closest one. Are they all similar?
Yeah, similar things.
I also check their faces. Do they look like they have any trace of like the drool or goo? I mean, I guess animals drool a lot, but more so than.
It's hard to tell because of the burning. It's hard to tell.
Wants to touch it, see if any of it burns.
You touch it, not acidic, but you realize as you're actually close, there's no smoke coming off of the animal, but it's incredibly warm.
Are they still breathing but unconscious? Do they look like they have fever?
No, they look dead, but they're uncharacteristically warm for given the state.
She motions for Ash and the dogs to stay back. Well, no. She's going to whisper to Ash, I'm going to cut the throat of one of these and see what comes out. And if anything, like glue or something comes out, smash it as fast as possible. She nods at the rake.
Oh, okay.
And so she has the rake in one hand, and she takes out a rook knife, and just with a slash, just cuts at the throat of one of these dead animals.
You cut the throat. There's not much blood at all. In fact, yeah, that's surprising. There's not much blood at all.
Did any blood come out, or is it just as if it had been dead for a while and there's no more something? Or it's like it all controlled?
There's like it's like cutting into something that's already been cooked. If that makes any sense. Like it's like it might be wet, but it's not blood.
He sits back on her heels and looks at this, and then looks at Ash and says, well, we can figure out how to get several hundred animals away. I think we have a lot of steaks that we need to eat right now.
Oh. Huh?
I don't know what's going on, but they look, I'm going to guess, it's the fault of the fire jelly thing.
What should we do?
I think maybe we
have to check the house.
Yes, I think we should check the house and see if your grandmother and grandfather are there at all. And anyway, maybe the barns as well. If they're all dead, if the animals are all dead, though, then there's no point in us staying here. Let's be quiet.
Okay. Yeah. You sneak ahead, moving carefully, quietly. There's not much sign of any disturbance at the ranch itself. Getting there, you realize pretty quickly that no one's there. You don't find Lycos or Agatha, and also no sign that anything's been in the house.
I assume when we left, since we'd done any plan, we pretty much brought everything that we'd wanted to.
Things you could quickly carry in the ends.
She looks at Ash and says, maybe we try and grab some sacks of flour or one of the hams, one of the ones that we didn't get before, but other than that, I think we should go back to the barn as fast as possible.
Okay.
We're gonna raid the pantry, get what they can, and then head back. Before they leave Farm Foley, though, I think she wants to do a quick perimeter around the main house and pasture areas, which I imagine are pretty big, so she's not going to try and cover everything, but she wants to see if there's a visible trail in or a visible trail out.
It looks like most things are focused on the southern side of the ranch. Yeah, that looks like where most of the activity was, and that's where the herd was, whatever, set to graze at the time.
But there's no trail away that she can find of like singed.
No, yeah, you probably could. You could, at least pick out the beginnings of a trail. Following the trail might be more difficult, but you at least see that, yeah, grass is singed, and I think, in fact, actually roll your, how good Shao might be at picking out small details and disturbances in the wild.
Consider this a survival or a perception?
This is like how good you're at tracking, really. This is about, tracks.
Oh, that's 16 total then.
Okay, yeah, you pick out, you find one pretty distinct looking paw print of like singed grass. Lots of little specks of things burned here and there, but you do find that one really clear print, in terms of evidence, I suppose.
It makes note of the way that it appears to be going, and then nods to Ash and says, I think we'd better be away from it. It looks like it was here and left.
Yeah.
I don't know what they wanted from the animals. So
Ash says, "What?
So senseless.
Wait, look there. That one's different." And you see that there's like smoke curling up from one of the dead sheep.
She says, same thing as before, get ready. And then she's going to lunge at it and stab it.
Yeah, you stab your rake end into it. It jostles and then spontaneously combusts into flame. Fire starts to grow. It starts small and it starts to look like it's growing quickly.
Raining?
Say that again?
Isn't it raining?
It started raining when it's lightly drizzling. Yeah, you got based on your experience in this area, a storm might arrive tomorrow.
Okay. Back to the well!
Yeah, it's just, what's happening? It's into flames.
What's in there? I think we need water to get some water. Get the bucket.
Okay. She is running off. She's moving on the way there. Oh, go ahead.
While Ash is running off, she is going to try and spin the rake around and hit it with the blunt end.
Okay. Yeah, you start smashing into it with the rake. You notice as you're doing this, one of the llama's smoke starts to curl up, kind of from its body. As you're smashing this one with the rake.
She has smashed that one with the rake, and then looking at the other one, she gulps, and then her lips peel back over her fangs, and she makes like a kind of like pulls at her cheeks and out spits this stream of poison at the other one that's starting to smoke.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, you. I won't make you roll for that because it's not moving. Yeah, you spit a stream of poison that starts to smoke, sort of mixing in slightly different color. I guess it's the one that's beginning to smoke. The one that you've been beating with this rake, you've been beating the body and it's in flames, and beating with the rake isn't really extinguishing the flames. It seems to be incredibly hot. And then you start to see that it starts to convulse, but maybe not of its own accord. Something inside of it, it's moving, and up through the place, its throat where you had slit. It might be a different one, I don't remember. But you see there's like a wriggling, and you see a red glow from within.
She's absolutely going to. She waits until it has emerged, and then is going to try and stomp on it.
Yeah, this red pudding starts to wriggle out from the body of the llama. And you begin to stomp on it with your boot. Give it a roll.
We get any advantage for this since, or any D4 since I dance a lot?
Ooh, sounds good. Yeah, if you think it's something that Shalati's good at.
The exact same rolls on both, so another 16.
Nice. Yeah, you slam your heel down into it, pound this thing into the dirt. There's a burst of flame. It kind of extinguishes, and the flames are dying down on the body. You spit acid on the one or not acid, poison onto one of the bodies. Doesn't seem to have any particular effect. You see 3 more of the bodies are starting to smoke. Ash is pulling on the well, trying to get a bucket of water up.
Okay. Shalate has spun around and has notes first that the other one hasn't started wriggling out yet, and then the other 3 or 4 that are starting to come out. And she looks at Ash, and then the dogs are probably losing their minds running around her, and then she whistles sharply at both. It's a signal that I think both of them know as come or heal, essentially, to the dogs, and calls, Ash, you have to go, there's too many! And she is going to take off running.
Ash screams and drops the bucket and starts running towards you. You whistle 2 of the dogs. You're not sure where the other ones are. 2 of them come running out from the field.
She does not wait for any others, but they're just going to start running back toward the barn until she squares the nerve.
All right, take off running to the west, fleeing the Cadney Ranch. Okay, we'll say meanwhile back at the... Wait, Cyfred Salinger, we haven't had a scene with either of you in a minute. You realize Yev's gone.
Sal, we have a problem.
In addition to the plethora of other problems we've already compiled.
Yeah. Or I guess more to the point, we're missing one problem. Yev's gone.
Of course he is.
Yeah, of course he is. I don't know what to do. On one hand, if Shalati finds out that we lost Yev, she'll kill us. But on the other hand, if he made it to Casey, there's no way that Casey would let anything happen to him, right?
Well, I'd hope not. Probably not. It's probably fine. He definitely ran after Casey.
Oh, definitely.
So we should probably just stay here and make sure all of these people are okay, because he's chasing after behind. I'm sure he caught up with him.
Yeah, I'm sure he caught up to them.
Out of character, how many folks do we have in the barn, like approximately?
Oh, God.
Something like 15, 20.
We have oh God.
I'll read
like
the whole
even
list. I've got the whole list.
like 15 people covers like, oh
Two
my
family.
God. Yeah, that's like one family.
Yeah. You have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 members of Quebec's family. You have
10 of mine.
10. So 15. Then you have Charlotte's family, which covers.
There's only 4 left in the barn right now.
Yeah, I think we're at 6. Do we not have 5 in the barn?
It would be Ember, Zakal, Aster, and Amaru. Yeva's gone, and so is Ash.
Oh, I counted Ash on that. You're right. Yeah, 4. Okay.
We got all of them and 2 adults.
The adults are counted. One of them is in Quebec's family, and then
So 19.
Yeah. The count includes all of the adults. There are more than 2 adults because you've got both of my parents, my 2 adult sisters, Quebec's dad, right? Only her dad.
Mm-hmm.
Not
but her
mom.
whole not her mom, but the whole family. Yeah.
There's also the people that were rescued. So there was like the old couple, and then there were the 2 babies. With Ava.
Okay, yeah, you're at something like 25, 30.
And a horse.
Oh yeah.
And a horse.
The barn's a perfect place for a horse.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're at something like 25, 30 people.
Oh, I guess by virtue of that, we also have like we have like, I don't know, two goats, like maintenance livestock.
Yeah, go.
Damn. I guess. I mean, we can't just leave everybody unattended and like make sure that Yev is okay. I mean, who's even to say where he is? Oh my God. Oh my God, I can't believe we lost him. Oh my God.
Hold on now. We didn't lose Yev. Yev, by his own volition, crept off and ran after, foolishly, Casey in his attempt to hop onto a train. The boy idolizes him. You can't just go, it's not us.
We could have tied him to something. We could have kept a better eye on him. He literally tried to make a break for it in front of everybody. I mean, like, who's to say that he was just going to, like, sit down and be chill about it after that?
Ember glances around, doesn't say anything, but he realizes that Yev got blamed for something he did. He's like, he nods a little bit.
Oh. Oh my gosh. They're, like, identical.
Yeah, Seder Goliath.
It's the same thing.
Yeah.
Just like brothers.
Look, the boy took his life into his own hands. He knew the consequences. I even mentioned Charlotte by name before he made that decision. He'll be all right, or he won't, and she won't murder us. She won't, not over this. We're in the clear, Seifert. We've got these 24 folks and a horse to take care of. Yev's on his own for now.
How far is it from the ranch to this barn?
Running 25 minutes.
Wow, okay. I thought it was like 20 minutes from the hearth to the ranch.
It's totally possible. I said any number of random. I'm mapping it out in my mind kind of as we go as well. So I'm figuring it was about the distance, like the barn that they're all at is the halfway point between the Cadney Ranch and the town. That's kind of what I was imagining. That it took about the same time for you to get there as it took them for them to get there.
Maybe more importantly, how do we know when we're supposed to make our break for it and lead all these folks to whatever version of safety we're going to decide on?
I guess we're waiting for a sign. So train the train arrives at 10 a.m. And the train needs to be stopped before that point. So when it is the morning time, we can start herding everybody up the train tracks, and we will encounter the train eventually, which will hopefully have been stopped successfully. And all of the people from the lighthouse will hopefully also do that. Oh my God. We really did make a plan without the two smartest people.
I will say that my confidence has wavered slightly after that explanation, yes.
It's not the most unworkable of ill-defined plans, though. I mean, it's not like the train can be just anywhere. It's on the tracks somewhere, and we have the approximate time. It's fine. This is fine. Yeah, we'll be fine.
Yeah, I mean, I got a sword and fight things off. I've never used one before, and we've got well, really nobody here capable of fighting. We'll just make
You're
it to the morning. That'll be
athletic.
fine. Yep.
I mean, I guess you could also just launch everybody out of danger. We'll just line them up like a ramp.
And I'll just toss them all in the sky with it. Oozes can't get them. They can't fly. Oh, a giant chicken.
Not
can probably
so.
fly.
Oh God.
I think we should stop overthinking this and just focus on what the matter at hand here. Keep everybody else confident and not let them know how haphazard the situation we find ourselves in really is. At that point, he kind of turns to everybody and starts talking about how well things are going to turn out and how it won't be that long until the morning.
Seyfried perks her ears up and pretends like everything is fine, and stays by the exit, at least 20% more vigilant than before.
Yes, at least, yeah. Before too long, all of the children are climbing all over Salinger, yeah, that's the stories. Okay, it is. Hopefully this works out time-wise. It is some hours later. Casey, you and Yev are walking on the dark train tracks. Kabeth, so much faster than both of you. Sometimes she scouts ahead, sometimes she sprints off to the back to make sure nothing's following you. Two of you We're walking. You can see in the dark, is that right? Are you there? I'll be there.
Yes.
Yeah. You spot something off to the side of the train tracks, on the ground, just the very edge of your vision. You've been walking for a few hours now, but you're not sure how long.
Yeah, he kind of puts a hand up to Yev. Can Yev see in the dark?
He's been tripping a lot. It doesn't seem like it.
Yeah, he'll actually put a hand on him to stop him.
What? What's wrong?
Shh. Something up ahead. He'll kind of get low and he'll say, hang back. And start to creep forward. Mop in hand.
Creep forward slowly. You make out something on the side of the train tracks. You get closer. It's not real big, but it's about maybe a pile of something, some clothes, some smears of black in the dirt. Looks like a couple of square boxes. Square crates? Rectangular crates. About the size of shoe boxes.
Yeah, I'll kind of look around, make sure nothing's around the boxes or watching the boxes. Creep forward a little bit closer.
You get close enough to pick up the smell. Something dead. It's been dead hours at least. I see two wooden crates. One of them's turned over. Something spilled in the dirt. You get close enough to realize, based on the size and, well, some of the details, you found the remains of Graham, and you found 3 crates of dynamite.
What happened to Grim?
You're not sure, but as you look around, you see disturbances in the dirt. Roll perception check.
Well,
Not too bad, considering you find it's very indistinct. You find one pretty clear track in the dirt. You've heard about it based on the description. It's the same track from the Fairfoot farm fence. And the blue laurel chickens went missing.
Yev, get over here.
What's going on?
We aren't alone out here, even this far from town. Remember the Fairfoot chickens that went missing?
I did. That's a shame, but are very nice. They have the best eggs.
Yes, the thing that let them out. It's nearby. Or at least was.
I thought that was an earthquake.
Yeah. How big are your pockets?
I got my pack.
We need to put some stuff in it.
Okay.
And he will carefully load up some sticks of dynamite. As much as will comfortably fit in the backpack.
Well, the crates aren't very big. So.
Oh yeah, so you can actually put the whole crate in there.
Mm-hmm. Well, he was.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, and Graham was carrying them.
Yeah. It's like, do you know what dynamite is? stuff we used on the rocks.
Yeah. Did you use more than this on the rocks?
I used one.
What?
So doesn't take heads to do the math. Be very, very careful.
Okay, you can trust me, Casey.
Okay, let's go.
Okay. Alright, that's where we'll end for tonight, I think.
Oh.
Excellent,
Oh
excellent,
no.
excellent.
I fully expected to hear a train whistle in the distance as we're strapping this pack of dynamite to Yev's back and be like, this is fine.
A little bit fast.
It makes the prospect of failing a jump to the train a little bit more dicey.
When a velociraptor catches you midair as you're jumping towards the train, no, a new complication.